My Uncle Lucian was part of Manchester's Franco-American community. Uncle Lucian Marcoux is the reason that I speak French. And so I have deep cultural roots in Manchester and in New Hampshire. And I would take New Hampshire values to Washington. Low taxes, light regulation, less government, and public integrity. We could do well to bring New Hampshire principles and New Hampshire values to the mess in Washington. I have that background that makes me proud to call myself New Hampshire's favorite son. Just as I can do more for America and the Republican Party as your presidential candidate, I can also do more for New Hampshire.
I'm Republican presidential candidate Andy Martin with a tough question for New Hampshire. Why vote for a kook, a clown, or a crook to be president? Ron Paul is a confused old man who wants to betray Israel and surrender to Iran. Herman Cain is an embarrassment to the presidential campaign. Newt Gingrich is a Washington-style crook who took in over $40 million in special interest cash. If you don't trust Romney or Perry, vote for me, Andy Martin, New Hampshire's favorite son.
As a young law student at the University of Illinois, I began fighting political corruption and corruption in the courts in Illinois. I helped send crooked Chicago politicians to jail, and I learned about all the games they play in Chicago politics. That's why I wrote the first book challenging Barack Obama, then a state senator, when he was running for the United States Senate, and I said he was really not qualified to become a president.
I'm Republican presidential candidate Andy Martin with a tough question for New Hampshire. Why vote for a kook, a clown, or a crook to be president? Ron Paul is a confused old man who wants to betray Israel and surrender to Iran. Herman Cain is an embarrassment to the presidential campaign. Newt Gingrich is a Washington-style crook who took in over $40 million in special interest cash. If you don't trust Romney or Perry, vote for me, Andy Martin, New Hampshire's favorite son.
I don't often agree with Donald Trump, but when Donald Trump talks about China, he's 100% correct. Our recession began in Beijing because China pursues predatory economic policies. They don't believe in fair trade, and we have been allowing them to profit from free trade. The next president is going to have to make tough decisions, wrenching economic decisions, to pull us out of the World Trade Organization and to suspend foreign trade until every agreement that allows imports is examined for fair trade, not just free trade. We're going to bring American jobs back to America. We're not going to let Chinese lobbyists take our jobs away, and we're not going to let the culture of corruption in Washington continue. I'm not a lobbyist. Unlike some candidates that'll say, well, I don't lobby, but they profit from consulting and book deals and other little schemes that they have to get rich. I'm not profiting from Washington. I've been fighting corruption. In fact, I helped to bring down Congressman Anthony Weiner, who was abusing his public office. And take a look at my remarks at the time.
I'm Andy Martin, the only Republican presidential candidate with a history of fighting political corruption. Attention, President Barack Obama. Attention, former Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Why is the Democratic Party refusing to remove Representative Anthony Weiner's seniority and committee assignments? If you're disgusted with hucksters and con artists in both parties, please support my campaign. I'm Andy Martin. I need your vote in the presidential primary.